Hello, creative souls. I am happy to be here today. We are going to be creating a little art together. I'm just going to go ahead and share a little story with you. I am doing a little Bob Ross tribute. I have my easel here, just like Bob Ross. I love Bob Ross. I actually sent an email out this morning talking about how much I love Bob Ross because I just remember being very little, maybe like 7 or 8 years old, and just watching him on TV. And it was entertaining, right? I loved it. I was really into just watching him. And I used to stay at my grandmother's house, which was my yaya. And she would buy me these paint by numbers that were like mountain scenes, ocean scenes, but I would just pretend that I was painting alongside of him because he was creating his own mountain scenes, right? And I wanted to be a part of it. I was like, what is this? What's he talking about? What's this world that he's in? I want to do that, right? So yes, that's it was kind of like my gateway into art making, was watching those Bob Ross videos. So I'm kind of curious, you can let me know here, what was your gateway into art and creating? Like, what were your first memories? That was definitely one of mine. And it's so cool because my dad actually still has those paint by numbers hanging up on his wall. And it's kind of crazy. It's been a really long time, but he still has them, which I think is awesome. So what I wanted to do here is make some art with you today. I thought that would be fun. All you'll need is a sketchbook, which I have right here. If you have watercolors, oil crayons, I love oil crayons. They're like my favorite. I have a big set of oil crayons here, or a colored pencil set. You can use that, whatever you like. We're going to be talking about stress in the body and creating art about that. So this could be related to if you have a chronic illness, or if you're suffering with some sort of mental health issue, of dealing with anxiety, PTSD, depression, things like that. We actually store it in our body, right? It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to just stay in one place. We might feel it in our chest, in our stomach, in our arms, and our legs, and our head, right? So that is, we're going to be doing some art about that. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Leah Guzman, and I'm an artist and art therapist. And yeah, this is my passion. I absolutely love creating art, and I love the concept that it can be for healing, right? So I actually have a couple books out, Essential Art Therapy Exercises. We're going to be doing an exercise from that, from this book. It's actually on page 46, called Stress in the Body. I have a new book out called The Art of Healing and Manifesting. It's really amazing. It's focused on the chakras. And I talk a lot about how, when our energy is imbalanced, such as like stress or just life happens, that is related to each one of those chakras. And so you'll see that emotion affect that certain part of the body. So that's just like, these are art exercises that help you get balanced and healing in that, so that you can manifest. And today in the Creative Soul Society group, membership group, we meet in community a few times a month. We're actually going to be focusing on that solar plexus, talking about building up our self-confidence and our self-worth. So we're going to be doing an exercise related to that. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump on in. I got my journal here, the big journal. I love it. I do a lot of my art healing work in here, which is much different than the artwork that I have for sale or put out into the world. But I think it's really good to just have things for you, right? So that you can express yourself. So just go ahead and grab a fresh page. Actually, this looks pretty good. I got an empty page here. What's cool about this book is that it has this, oh, I like it. It has this little rubber band that you can hold the page, which is really, really nice. And then I'm going to just take another rubber band for the other side so it doesn't move. Okay, so if you just coming on here and you're not sure what we're doing today, I'm just going to go ahead and write it right on top. It is stress in the body. Okay. So whatever that might look like for you, right? So let's just focus on that. Whew. Where do you feel like that? When I say stress in the body, let's just start with the stress first and then we'll go to the body. What do you feel the stress looks like for you? So if you guys are here on Instagram, go ahead and let me know. What color would you resonate with stress? What does that look like for you? Okay. Those of you on Facebook, same thing. I can see your comments. Hi, Adela. She says, I love your journal book. Oh, thank you. Awesome. Awesome. So happy that I don't know if you have one or the other, but let me know which one resonates with you. They're both a little different. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the color for stress for me. It's usually red, that root chakra, like fear, insecurity, and black are two things that stress comes up when I feel like imbalanced in a way. Oh my goodness, my black is missing from my beautiful oil pastel set. I must be using that black often. How funny is that? It disappeared. Okay, but I do have a black Sharpie here. So I will use that. So all I'm going to ask you to do is draw a circle. Jen says, I was going to say black and dark red. Yes, yes, most definitely. So go ahead and draw a circle. I'm just going to do a check-in to see what that looks like. I want to see what your stress looks like. Okay. And use line, shape, and color to go ahead and put what that stress looks like in the circle. Okay. So I'm going to do that for myself. You use your colors, do it for yourself. Or if you're just like me, just watching those Bob Ross videos, you can just follow along by watching. Icky Park says she's not sure, maybe blue. And Jen says a tight ball of chaos. Yes, yes. So the squiggly lines, it's just like it's balled up. Icky Park, let's try to get out of our head, just whatever comes to you first. There's no right or wrong here. Okay. So if you're not sure if light blue came up for you or some sort of blue, use it, right? There is a message there, especially like when we're looking at colors and what it might relate to. That blue could be that throat chakra, right? Or it could be the third eye chakra. It could be that you have a difficulty communicating, right? Or listening to your intuition and to your guide. So go ahead and use that blue, okay? Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and put my stress here. I'm going to turn around and do that. This is what it looks like. For me, it might come up as something that I don't want to do. And so art is a visual language, right? So you're going to start, like the more that you create, you do journaling, you're going to start to see certain patterns that show up. And what's cool about it is that if you have a journal, especially, is that it will show up often and then you can see the pattern, right? And you can see the message. And I can even go back and show you some other journaling exercises where I was stressed, how that showed up and what that looked like. And then I'll see that pattern of what that looks like for me. And it's different for everybody. We're all different. We all have different responses, right? Because one person might not get stressed out what might stress me out, right? We all have different things that would hit that stress response. And our coping is important. Oh, this black marker does not have the oomph that I'm looking for, but I do have, I got to be adaptable here. I do have this kind of brown color, so I will use that. All right, I'm filling up that circle with that stress response. Okay, this is totally what my stress looks like. And the funny thing is that I will go back and show you even in Look at, there's that stress, like right on my forehead, that squiggle, right? That's what that stress looks like for me. Let me see if I have another one. Got the black and the red, right? So that is my expression of stress. It's gonna look different for you, but I would love to know what that looks like for you. You can always like post it in the comments or DM me and show me what that stress looks like for you. Okay, so we talked about stress in body. First, we had to identify it. What does it look like, right? Now, I'm not feeling that stress today, but what's cool about it is that when I do feel that stress, I know what I can do. I know that I can move the energy. That's why it's important to check in with yourself. This is why it's good to have a self-care practice, something that you can do on a daily basis, right? And that's something that I teach in with my clients in the Art of Healing Manifesting program, and also in those that I work with in our therapy, right? Is self-care daily, right? Extreme self-care, because in order for us to be the best that we can be, in order to have that overfilling cup, we have to take care of ourselves, right? So that's part of my world, is that I give a lot. And I know that if I'm not taking care of myself, not practicing my art, practicing what I preach, then it's not good. It leads to burnout, which has been there before. Don't want to ever go there again. Okay, so talking about stress in the body, let's go back to throwing out the figure, the body. So if you're not an artist here, that's okay. Some of you are, a lot of the people that are here are artists. So it's like, okay, I can draw a body, but I'll just kind of walk you through the steps. Everything is shapes, super simple. Where did that brown go? Okay, we're gonna start with the brown. So go ahead and draw out a figure. So you could start with a head, a circle, right? Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just being expressive, putting our feelings here. So we got the head, our neck, again, it's a shape, it's that square. And then we're looking at that torso, which could be an oval, or it could be just another square. So we're just gonna write that square. And then looking at the legs, which are two rectangles. And then our arms, right? So just thinner rectangles. So we're gonna do that. All right, and then we can also do our hands, just doing little ovals. Okay, so this is a version of myself, just drawing out that body. Now I'm gonna ask you to think about, where do you feel it in your body? So going from that feeling space, where does the stress show up physically for you? Okay. So again, it's going to be different for everyone. A lot of times I hold my stress up here. I hold it in my back. I hold it in my head, right? Things like that. So you're going to take that color and you're going to put it where it is in your body. Okay. So go ahead and drawing that out. Like I mentioned, I'm not feeling stressed today, but this is something that I would do if I was. And the thing is, if you hold on to that stress too long, if you don't release it in some way, it will manifest into something else, right? Can manifest into, like if you're dealing with a lot of anxiety and you're not addressing that anxiety, it could lead to depression, right? These are very comorbid illnesses, because one leads to the other, right? Or even if, I said that, like in anywhere and you're holding it in your body, it could lead to something else because of the imbalance. So it's really important to address it, explore it. And so that's why it's cool to work with an art therapist, because that's when you get into that conversation and you can say, okay, where are those triggers? What's happening in my life that's sparking it? And then what are those coping skills too, that I can either physically change the situation, mentally change the situation, work on, building, like being able to, deal with your emotions, regulate your emotions, finding ways to do that. Fun stuff. So if you have questions about this technique, if this resonates with you, I would love to know. I'd love to hear your comments about it. If you've done this one before. Hi, Leah, got to catch you live. Love your books. Oh, thank you, Susan. Wonderful that you are here. Yeah, we are going to be meeting together live today in the Creative Soul Society. We're actually going to be doing an exercise from the solar plexus with the chakra cards. Here are my chakra deck. And just because we're here and we're live, I'm going to do a group pull. Let's see. Doesn't look like they were really shuffled very well. So let me shuffle them for you and see what we get for today for the group pull. And the email that I sent out, it talked about, painting every, like Bob Ross says, painting every day just makes me happy, right? It's always a good day when we're painting. So just make sure you take some time today, get creative. In a few weeks, I am going to be doing a free experience called Getting into the Creative Flow. So if you aren't, a part of my email list, you're welcome to subscribe at leahguzman.com. If you want to be a part of the free experience, it's Leah Guzman Creative Flow. You can sign up there. Vicky says, I love your cards. Awesome. So happy you're using them. Tana Gypsy says, do you sell your chakras? Yes, I do. I actually was at an event last week and I sold a whole chakra set. I sell chakra oracle cards. Actually, I got them all mixed up now. But yeah, this is a part of my process because if I need healing in a certain area, I make art about it, right? And I make these little chakra sets. And if I want to manifest something, I put that energy and intention into my art, into those chakra sets. And it's so cool when people who buy those sets, they will read like my intention because I have the writing on there and they're like, I feel this is what I need in my life right now. And it's because they are on that same frequency. It resonates with them. So that's why I love making them. I'm actually, in the class today, we make little cards. I'll show you. I have one right here. This was like the little owl one. So yeah, I have on these little watercolor papers. This is the third eye. And then I'll put them on wood and then you can see the whole set. And then I sell the sets. I don't have those online anywhere to sell, but usually in person I'll do that. But I do need to make some new sets. All right. And she asked if I sell my cards. Yes, my cards are on leahguzman.com. My books and my decks are on there. So you're welcome to subscribe and check out my website. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pull a card. I think I answered everybody. Jen says she loves Bob too. Yes. Bringing in that Bob Ross feel for you. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. Let's see what we get. Ooh, oh my goodness. We got my logo card, which is the key, which is about unlocking mind, body, and soul. That's my little logo for Leah Guzman Studio. It's about heart connections. So we got the heart connections card. It says, it's time to embrace the people that will help you manifest your big dream. This is a manifesting card. So go out on a limb, even if you are unsure of the outcome, reach out and connect. So that's our message for today. What's been on your heart and you've been wanting to put it out into the world, take that step, make that connection. It's, everything is about relationships. We can't do this by ourselves. We need each other. We need each other in community. So create that community or join a community. I love communities. I'm a part of a lot of different membership groups. One is Creative Soul Society because I run that group, but I love meeting with other artists and other spiritual memberships and things like that. So it's really important to meet in community and share the love, participate, actually show up, ask questions, engage, and do that stuff because we learn from each other. There's no way that we can do it on our own. Someone asked, can you suggest a book where we can refer for art therapy activities? I got two right here. These are my books, Essential Art Therapy Exercises and The Art of Healing and Manifesting. It's full of healing exercises and manifesting exercises. So you're welcome to check that out. Thanks for asking. Just making sure I got all the messages here. Jen said yes to community. Yes, I'm so happy you're a part of my community. And I know, Jen, you are creating a community as well. You got to go check her out. She's going to be doing a free experience in another week about creative play. Super awesome. You're welcome to post that link, Jen, when I post this so that people can find you too. Ashley says, goosebumps. Tell me more about those goosebumps. I would love to know what the goosebumps are for or what they're related to. Ashley says, thank you. Okay, beautiful. You are welcome. Jen says, thank you. You're welcome. So happy to be here. I'm going to be posting this on YouTube. If you are not a part of that YouTube, you are welcome to check me out, Leah Guzman, as well. On there, I have a lot of different exercises and just fun videos for you to watch. Oh, Ashley said, thank you for the card. Oh, you're welcome. I'm so happy it resonated with you. I love this deck. I use it all the time. So sending you the love, and I will hopefully catch you in the Creative Soul Society because we're meeting in a little bit, but sending you lots of love. Have a great week. Go make some art. Be like Bob Ross. All right. Bye.